Okay, so to create the purchase order in any organization, what is the process? So there will be a purchasing department. Okay, so they are going to approach the vendors to supply materials what they required. For example, in our case, if we take laptops and office equipment, so they'll contact vendors who are relevant or who are supplying these hardware components like laptops or any other keyboards, mouse. They'll contact the vendors for quotation. Your purchasing department will contact the vendors for quotation. So the company's vendors will provide the quotation. Okay, the company's vendor will provide the quotation, the best price what they can provide, and what is the expected delivery date. By what date they can deliver those laptops and other equipments. Then what the company will do? Evaluation, right? So they'll do vendor evaluation. So by reviewing all the quotations, so the purchasing department will identify one vendor. Okay, depends on their quality, what they are providing, or price, what is the best price they are providing, and what is the earliest delivery date. They can, by considering all these things, what they'll do? So they will shortlist one vendor. They'll select one vendor. Correct? And then once the vendor is finalized, they create purchase order. In between, there is a purchase requisition. That is the initial process. Okay, that is PRQ, I think. Purchase requisition is also there because when they plan it, when they plan to buy something, I think that is the first initial document what they create. Okay, purchase requisition. Then they'll contact the vendors and they'll do the vendor evaluation. And once the vendor is finalized, they'll create purchase order. Right? In which transaction code of SAP?
ME21, yeah.
ME21, yeah.
Same.
Here they create the purchase order. So what are the corresponding tables when you create the purchase order? So where this data is going to be saved?
EKKO.
Yeah, few tables are EKKO, EKPO. These are the few important tables. There are
Sorry,
many.
EKK. Sir.
Sorry.
EKK was there.
Yes, EKKO. Okay, and EKPO. There will be many tables, right? Now not only these two tables. So that the data will be maintained in many tables. Okay, these two are the important tables. These are header. That is the header table. This is the item table. Okay, header table and item table. Now, so once the purchase order is created, so the data will be maintained in many tables, right? So why we have two different tables, header and item? In header level table, it contains the overview or overall summary of the purchase order. Okay. What is item level table EKPO?
It
It
contains only
contains
item
items.
details.
It contains items. Items just consider them as materials. Okay. Each item as a material. Just assume each item as a material. So in item level table EKPO, we have each item details like what is the material, what is the quantity of the material we are purchasing, what is the price per unit. Price per unit. What do you mean by unit? For example, if you are buying some cement, we can measure in tons, right? We can measure in tons, right?
Sorry, voice breaking.
Okay, I'm sorry about it, but my internet has broken. Hmm. So just yeah, we'll continue for 10-15 minutes and we'll schedule the class once my internet is stable or by evening. Okay, just try to listen. Am I audible
Yes.
anything, or are you completely
Sir, it
not?
is audible, but in middle voice is
Audible.
breaking.
Okay,
In middle.
okay. So in EKPO, we maintain those item level data, like each record for one item, right? In our current example, we are buying laptops and other office equipment, right? So laptop is the one item, right? And mouse is the different material. Mouse is the different material, right? We're going to have second item. If you are buying keyboards with the same purchase order, we are going to have third item, that is keyboards. Three different items, right? So we are going to maintain each line item for one material. I'll show you the data, how the data. First, we'll open one purchase order. So what is the transaction code to open the purchase order or to check to display the purchase order?
ME21E.
No,
ME22N.
it's not E. Okay, it's N. Anyway, I've already told you any
Okay.
transaction, most of the transactions will be like in 1, 2, 3 sequence. One is to create, two is to change, three is to display. ME 23N. 23N is to display the purchase order. Okay, ME 21N is to create the purchase order. So this is one purchase order which is already created in the system. So this is the vendor. Supplier nothing but vendor. Okay, this supplier is supplying all these purchase order materials. How many items it contains? If you see here, how many items are there? Only one item.
N.
This
One item. One
this
item.
is the material. This is the material. Okay. What is the material? Double click on it. What is the material? Car model, some extra WM managed, some car related material, right? And what is the quantity? What is the quantity of the
10.
material buying here? 18. What is the unit? PC. PC means per
PC.
piece. Per piece, right? So if you want to buy a car, and if you go to the showroom, you're not going to ask 10 kgs of car, right? You're going to ask, I want one car or two cars. That means PC, per piece. And they'll tell you what is the each car price, right? So if you want to buy a pen, we don't ask them for in tons, right? We ask for give me one pen or two pens per piece. Okay, and the price will be per piece. Okay. So how many units they are buying? They're buying 18, and unit of measurement is per piece. Okay, that means 18 pieces. The price, what is the net price? The total price is 3000. 3000 what? Indian rupees or Russian rubles or pounds?
Relax.
It is USD, right? It is USD.
$2,000.
Yeah, $3000, right? So these are all that material related details and what is the price and everything. Okay. So for this purchase orders, how many materials, how many items are there? Only one item. Let's check other purchase order with multiple items. If you click on this, you can change the purchase order. Enter the new purchase order. Enter. Okay, this one also contains only one material, that is some steel plates. Quantity is 250, and Jindal Steel is the supplier. Delivery invoice, if you go to delivery invoice, you may find it in the table with multiple items. So what is the table for item data? Purchase order item data,
EKPO.
EKPO. Going forward, we have to remember all these tables. We are going to work only on these tables. Okay. So what are the primary keys in this table? EBLN number, purchase order number, and EBELP, purchase order item number. Right? These two are the primary keys. But in the header table, go to the header table. What is the header table of purchase order?
ME 23N.
No. Please listen. Please observe carefully. Please follow the class. I'm talking about header table, not transaction code. Okay. EKKO is the header table. What is the primary key here? EBLN. Only
EBL.
purchase order number because it's a header table,
Ellen.
right? It's a purchase order header table. It contains summary of total purchase order, right? But here in the item level table, we have two primary keys. That is purchase order number and item number. Okay. Let's check any purchase order with multiple items. So depend on the requirement, there will be one item or multiple items. Okay. If you take this purchase order 65 some thousand, it has two items, item number 10 and item number 20. So each item should contain a separate material. So here if you observe, item number 10 contains this material 6000 or 503, and item number 20 contains this material,
Oil seal.
right?
Into gas.
Yeah, and similarly you can observe 10 items also in some purchase orders. It purely depends on the company's business process and requirement. If you take this purchase order, this contains but looks like they have used same material, someone created with the same material for the two items, right? Both are same materials. Okay, anyway, this is suitable for us. Where is this 1020? Yeah, let's take this purchase order. Where you need to open purchase order? ME23N. Can enter? Yeah, this is the purchase order and this is the vendor. Supplier nothing but vendor, please remember. Okay. So how many items we have? Item number 10 and item number 20. This is purchase order item. So each item contains a material and the corresponding quantity and delivery date. If you observe this, this is the delivery date, expected delivery date. Okay. And this is the price. What is this? Go to delivery and invoice. What are this? Payment terms. So if you observe these payment terms, so they are defining the payment process also in the purchase order. So They wanted to pay 14 days, payment in 14 days, that is 3%, payment in 20 days, that is 2%,
Discount.
payment in days in net. So I think total payment has to be completed in 30 days. So what is the currency they wanted to pay? They wanted to pay in euros. Okay, and like that there will be many tables for to maintain this condition payment terms. There will be a separate table to maintain this conditions data. There will be a separate table, right? Conditions nothing but pricing conditions. Okay, calculation of the price. There will be some discounts, right? For example, if you go to the shop, if you buy 10 shirts, there will be offer, right? For 10 shirts they're going to give you some 10% additional discount, right? If you buy two pairs of clothes, they're going to give something else is free, or they're going to give some additional discount. So they're not going to calculate every time, right? They're going to fix that in the system, and it will automatically calculate that pricing, right? You might observe this in shopping malls. They mention some offers, like if you buy 10 pieces of this material, you can get 10% additional discount. And when you buy those 10 pieces in the billing section, are they going to manually calculate that, or the system will automatically apply that discount? Depends on your purchase.
System will automatically.
System will automatically apply, right? That is because of these pricing conditions. Okay, that pricing conditions will be defined. Okay, so to apply those automatic pricing, so what is the tax rate? If you observe this, what is the net tax? Okay, what is the GST? What is the actual price? Everything will be maintained in conditions. So like that, for every process there will be a standard table in background. Okay, but the very important tables for purchase orders are EKKO and EKPO. Okay, now one record in EKKO, for each record in EKKO, how many records you are going to find in EKPO? More than one. Let me show you. Let's take this purchase order. So what is the cardinality between EKKO and EKPO? Here, what is the primary key? EBLN, right? EBLN field is the primary key in the purchase order header record. So there is a possibility of only one record for each purchase order. Here we have only one record for each purchase order. Now, how many records you can find in item level table for each purchase order record? Enter the purchase order number in EKPO. This is EKPO table. So execute. For each purchase orders, how many records are there here? Multiple, right? More than one. That's why we have another primary key, that is item, to maintain multiple records with the combination of purchase order document number and item. We're going to find multiple records, right? So EKKO is 1 and EKPO is N, right? So EKKO and EKPO contains 1 to N relation, right? So for each record in EKKO, we will be having multiple records in EKPO. Okay, when we are using for all entries on these two tables EKKO and EKPO, what is the table we have to loop to merge the data?
One to
Which table we have to merge? Which table we have to loop to merge both EKKO and EKPO data? What is the
KPO.
table that we need to use in loop? N table, right?
Item.
Table with N,
Yes.
right? We have to loop because for each record in EKKO, EKPO contains
And
multiple records. So if you loop EKPO, it will process all the records, right? So which table we have to loop? When we are applying for all entries and
EKP.
to merge this all purchase order data into one single final output, we have to loop EKPO. Okay. So EKPO contains multiple records for each purchase document. Okay. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 like that. Okay. And each item contains material, right? Material and its quantity and price. What is the net price? Purchase order price. Okay. Clear? Now let check, is there any foreign key relationship? EBLN. Check the foreign key. So there is a foreign key. What is the check table for EKPO, EBLN?
EKKO.
EKKO. EKKO is the header table. EKKO is the header table for EKPO. Okay. So you can create data in EKPO only when that purchase order document is already available in EKKO table. If the purchase order document is not available in EKKO, you cannot create any item level data, right? Clear? So a foreign key relationship is created between EKPO EBLN and EKKO EBLN. What is the check table for EKPO EBLN? What is the check table for EKKO
EKP.
EBLN? Sorry, EKPO EBLN, EKKO. EKKO is the check table. Okay. Is everyone clear? Is everyone clear on this? See, the process what I've explained is not exactly how the functional people will follow, but whatever we need to understand as a ABAP consultant, okay, this is a simple process, okay, starting from purchase requisitions to vendor evaluation and then creating purchase order. Shall we create simple join on it?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me what is the join condition on EKKO and EKPO tables?
Common field.
Tell me what is the join condition? You know the common field, right? EKKO EBLN equal to EKPO
EB.
EBLN.
EB.
It's taking time today. Anyway, I'll explain one more time. The same process, I'll explain one more time. Okay, don't worry. I'll explain the complete business process and the tables again. What is the input? We'll take company code as input. Okay. So in EKKO table, go to EKKO. We have a field called company code. This one. Okay. Company code nothing
Bookers.
but, uh, for example, if you take Tata Group, there will be many companies, right? So each company will be assigned with a code. Code. Okay. That's called company code. The technical name is Bookers. We'll use this as input. First 1050, right? Let's try to find all the records for this company code available, or we can also search for vendor, search by vendor. Here company code is not available, right? Select that company code field for selection, select the company code. One zero five zero, execute. Where is it? How many records we have? We have many records for this company code 1050. We have around 144 records for this company code 1050. So 144 purchase documents have created for this company code as of now. Okay. What is the field name for company code? Bookers. Type is also Bookers. Let's take that as parameter so that we can select many purchase document. Parameters p underscore validations and default values. I'll leave it to you. I'm directly going to the join condition. So what is the table we need to select? EKKO, right? EKKO and EKPO, right? The header and item data of purchase order. Let's go to the table. How many records here in EKKO table? 231.
231.
Sorry, not records, fields. How many fields are there? 231 fields. Do we really require all those 231 fields every time? No, right? We need only
No.
few important fields. Okay. So select only those required fields. I need EBLN for sure. That is, I'll list out first here. EBLN, I want company code and purchase document category. And I want created date. When this purchase order is created, there should be some created date. This one. Creation data purchase document, when this document is created, when the purchase order is created, and who created it. Er name is the user who created the purchase document. So those are the corresponding data elements. And let's go to EKPO. So I got the header fields. I got the header level fields. Yeah, I forgot one more thing. So vendor, right? So who is the vendor for this purchase order? We'll take that data also. Lifner. Lifner is the vendor field.
Definitely.
This one. Okay. Vendor. Let's take fields from the item data. So what is important in item level data? Purchase order header. So this field, header field, we have already taken from EKKO, EBLP, item level, item number. Item number is important. Take that item number. What is important? Material, right? What is the material we are purchasing in this item? What is the price? This one, purchase order quantity. Quantity also required, right? Purchase order quantity and unit. What is the unit of measurement? Take these two fields. What is the quantity of this material and what is the unit of measurement? We'll also find price. This price per unit. This is net price. NETWR is the net price. Okay, net price and unit. Okay, take these two fields also. Now write the join on these two tables. Select EKKO. Uh, EBLN, comma. We'll use inline declaration. Okay, EKKO. Next field, comma. Or we'll take only company code. Company code and created date. AEDAT and take fields from EKPO table. EBLN we have already taken, right? It is not required again from item level data. Let's go to EBLP. EBLP is item number. EKPO, Matner. Matner is material number. EKPO, quantity, unit, net price. Okay, I just need these fields from the two table. from EKKO. Okay, I'm applying inner join. So EKKO, inner join EKPO. What is the join condition? What is the join condition? What is my join condition? What is the common field between both tables?
EBL. EKPO, EBL.
Into table, I'm using inline declaration. Where bookers, which table? Which table it from which table it is coming from? Bookers, EKKO, right? Equal to, we've already taken one parameter, that is P underscore bookers. Okay, that's it. EBELP, the field name is incorrect. Check the syntax. Okay, escape sign is missing. Since I am using inline declaration, I have to use, yeah. Now I'm selecting data from both EKKO and EKPO tables. I'm applying inner join. That means, so it should select all the records which are available in both tables, commonly available in both tables. If you have a purchase order number in EKKO, that same purchase order number should be available in EKPO. Then only it is going to select the records. Okay. What is the condition? Our where condition is bookers, company code. We are selecting it by company code. You can also hard code some values here like that. If you want, you can also add any join conditions here. For example, join condition itself, you can add, okay, join condition itself, you can add the conditions. Okay. But here, since we are passing the parameter, we are passing here. If you want to use different fields as join condition, you can use. Execute, activate the program. So execute, you have to maintain text elements. I did not maintain 1050, right? The company code which is available. So execute. So it selected data from both EKKO and EKPO table with all these required fields, right? So EBLN, Bookers and AEDAT is coming from EKKO table, and the rest of the fields are coming from EKPO tables. So can you find the purchase order number 65,000? Yeah, this one. This should contain two records. This should contain two records, right, in our output. One is for item number 10 and the other one is for where is the item? Yeah, here. Item number 10 and item number 20. Okay, clear? That's how we write the join. So going forward, we are going to apply more tables in the join conditions. Okay. So this purchase order process will be used in any organization to buy some materials or raw materials or any material what they want, what they procure from the vendors. Okay. Vendor is nothing but someone who supply the materials. Okay, because the company is not going to buy directly. They're not going to buy. They're not going to like go to some shop and they're not going to buy, right? They'll have suppliers, vendors to supply those materials. Okay. After purchase order, there will be other process like goods receipt, invoice. Okay. Once you receive the goods from the vendor, you create a goods receipt and then generate the invoice. There will be a lot of other process. Okay. Going forward, we'll see more on this standard business process of SAP. Okay. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, please let me know. And please practice. Please don't forget to practice this program. Or you can create your own join on EKKO and EKPO tables and select the data. Okay. But what is important here? EBLN and EBLP. These two fields are the primary key in EKPO. And anyway, material data is very important. Material data and quantity, price also important. Okay. Please practice this program.